Hi friends, in this video I have selected another 10 verbs. Out of these 10 verbs we are going to make 10 sentences, and out of these 10 sentences we are going to practice 480 sentences. Isn't it? Keep practicing. The more you practice, the more perfect you are going to become, the more confidence you are going to get, the more easily you are going to ask and answer questions. So don't lag behind. Let's take the next verb. The next verb is eat, E-A-T. Let's make a sentence out of that. The sentence is Gulnaz eats biscuits. Gulnaz is the name of a girl and she eats biscuits. Now let us make it into 48 sentences. Gulnaz eats biscuits. Gulnaz doesn't eat biscuits. Does Gulnaz eat biscuits? Doesn't Gulnaz eat biscuits? Gulnaz ate biscuits. Gulnaz didn't eat biscuits. Did Gulnaz eat biscuits? Didn't Gulnaz eat biscuits? Gulnaz will eat biscuits. Gulnaz won't eat biscuits. Will Gulnaz eat biscuits? Won't Gulnaz eat biscuits? Gulnaz is eating biscuits. Gulnaz isn't eating biscuits. Is Gulnaz eating biscuits? Isn't Gulnaz eating biscuits? Gulnaz was eating biscuits. Gulnaz wasn't eating biscuits. Was Gulnaz eating biscuits? Wasn't Gulnaz eating biscuits? Gulnaz will be eating biscuits. Gulnaz won't be eating biscuits. Will Gulnaz be eating biscuits? Won't Gulnaz be eating biscuits? Gulnaz has eaten biscuits. Gulnaz hasn't eaten biscuits. Has Gulnaz eaten biscuits? Hasn't Gulnaz eaten biscuits? Gulnaz had eaten biscuits. Gulnaz hadn't eaten biscuits. Had Gulnaz eaten biscuits? Hadn't Gulnaz eaten biscuits? Gulnaz will have eaten biscuits. Gulnaz won't have eaten biscuits. Will Gulnaz have eaten biscuits? Won't Gulnaz have eaten biscuits? Gulnaz has been eating biscuits. Gulnaz hasn't been eating biscuits. Has Gulnaz been eating biscuits? Hasn't Gulnaz been eating biscuits? Gulnaz had been eating biscuits. Gulnaz hadn't been eating biscuits. Had Gulnaz been eating biscuits? Hadn't Gulnaz been eating biscuits? Gulnaz will have been eating biscuits. Gulnaz won't have been eating biscuits. Will Gulnaz have been eating biscuits? Won't Gulnaz have been eating biscuits? Let's take another verb. The other verb is elect, E-L-E-C-T. We pronounce it as elect. Okay, let's make a sentence out of that. I elect my leader. I elect my leader. I don't elect my leader. Do you elect your leader? Don't you elect your leader? I elected my leader. I didn't elect my leader. Did you elect your leader? Didn't you elect your leader? I will elect my leader. I won't elect my leader. Will you elect your leader? Won't you elect your leader? I am electing my leader. I amn't electing my leader. Are you electing your leader? Aren't you electing your leader? I was electing my leader. I wasn't electing my leader. Were you electing your leader? Weren't you electing your leader? I will be electing my leader. I won't be electing my leader. Will you be electing your leader? Won't you be electing your leader? I have elected my leader. I haven't elected my leader. Have you elected your leader? Haven't you elected your leader? I had elected my leader. I hadn't elected my leader. Had you elected your leader? Hadn't you elected your leader? I will have elected my leader. I won't have elected my leader. Will you have elected your leader? Won't you have elected your leader? I have been electing my leader. I haven't been electing my leader. Have you been electing your leader? Haven't you been electing your leader? I had been electing my leader. I hadn't been electing my leader. Had you been electing your leader? Hadn't you been electing your leader? I will have been electing my leader. I won't have been electing my leader. Will you have been electing your leader? Won't you have been electing your leader? Now let's take the next verb. What's the next verb? The next verb is enclose. E-N-C-L-O-S-E. Enclose. Okay, now let us make a sentence out of it. We enclose annexures. We enclose annexures. We don't enclose annexures. Do you enclose annexures? Don't you enclose annexures? We enclosed annexures. We didn't enclose annexures. Did you enclose annexures? Didn't you enclose annexures? We will enclose annexures. We won't enclose annexures. Will you enclose annexures? Won't you enclose annexures? We are enclosing annexures. We aren't enclosing annexures. Are you enclosing annexures? Aren't you enclosing annexures? We were enclosing annexures. We weren't enclosing annexures. Were you enclosing annexures? Weren't you enclosing annexures? We will be enclosing annexures. We won't be enclosing annexures. Will you be enclosing annexures? Won't you be enclosing annexures? We have enclosed annexures. We haven't enclosed annexures. Have you enclosed annexures? Haven't you enclosed annexures? We had enclosed annexures. We hadn't enclosed annexures. Had you enclosed annexures? Hadn't you enclosed annexures? We will have enclosed annexures. We won't have enclosed annexures. Will you have enclosed annexures? Won't you have enclosed annexures? We have been enclosing annexures. We haven't been enclosing annexures. Have you been enclosing annexures? Haven't you been enclosing annexures? We had been enclosing annexures. We hadn't been enclosing annexures. Had you been enclosing annexures? Hadn't you been enclosing annexures? We will have been enclosing annexures. We won't have been enclosing annexures. Will you have been enclosing annexures? Won't you have been enclosing annexures? The next verb is escape. The sentence is they escape punishment. They escape punishment. They don't escape punishment. Do they escape punishment? Don't they escape punishment? They escaped punishment. They didn't escape punishment. Did they escape punishment? Didn't they escape punishment? They will escape punishment. They won't escape punishment. Will they escape punishment? Won't they escape punishment? They are escaping punishment. They aren't escaping punishment. Are they escaping punishment? Aren't they escaping punishment? They were escaping punishment. They weren't escaping punishment. Were they escaping punishment? Weren't they escaping punishment? They will be escaping punishment. They won't be escaping punishment. Will they be escaping punishment? Won't they be escaping punishment? They have escaped punishment. They haven't escaped punishment. Have they escaped punishment? Haven't they escaped punishment? They will have escaped punishment. They won't have escaped punishment. Will they have escaped punishment? Won't they have escaped punishment? They have been escaping punishment. They haven't been escaping punishment. Have they been escaping punishment? Haven't they been escaping punishment? They had been escaping punishment. They hadn't been escaping punishment. Had they been escaping punishment? Hadn't they been escaping punishment? They will have been escaping punishment. They won't have been escaping punishment. Will they have been escaping punishment? Won't they have been escaping punishment? Let's move on to the next one. The next verb is encourage. E-N-C-O-U-R-A-G-E. Encourage. Now let's make a sentence out of this verb encourage. Parents encourage children. Parents don't encourage children. Do parents encourage children? Don't parents encourage children? Parents encouraged children. Parents did encourage children. Did parents encourage children? Didn't parents encourage children? Parents will encourage children. Parents won't encourage children. Will parents encourage children? Won't parents encourage children? Parents are encouraging children. Parents aren't encouraging children. Are parents encouraging children? Aren't parents encouraging children? Parents were encouraging children. Parents weren't encouraging children. Were parents encouraging children? Weren't parents encouraging children? Parents will be encouraging children. Parents won't be encouraging children. Will parents be encouraging children? Won't parents be encouraging children? Parents have encouraged children. Parents haven't encouraged children. Have parents encouraged children? Haven't parents encouraged children? Parents had encouraged children. Parents hadn't encouraged children. Had parents encouraged children? Hadn't parents encouraged children? Parents will have encouraged children. Parents won't have encouraged children. Will parents have encouraged children? Won't parents have encouraged children? Parents have been encouraging children. Parents haven't been encouraging children. Have parents been encouraging children? Haven't parents been encouraging children? Parents had been encouraging children. Parents hadn't been encouraging children. Had parents been encouraging children? Hadn't parents been encouraging children? Parents will have been encouraging children. Parents won't have been encouraging children. Will parents have been encouraging children? Won't parents have been encouraging children? Friends, you may subscribe to my channel in YouTube. To subscribe, please press here. Follow me on Twitter by clicking here. Want to follow me on Facebook? Click here to like my page.